Hi, this is Ed back again with another video from the Outerlight channel on the Steam blockchain on YouTube and Steemit, as well as other platforms like BitChute and YouTube. So you might remember, if you're a long enough subscriber to my channel, that is on YouTube, back in the Outer Dark days, that I was talking about censorship, and there was a massive push in terms of adjusting the algorithm and silencing conspiracy content in general. This was post the election. That's important to connect that dot. They didn't get their way in the election, okay, and what happened is they adjusted the mechanisms of power basically to get their way in the future. This is about 2020, or at least these tools are rolled out without criticism now. So a lot of people were outraged. They took the most extreme examples, and this graph just keeps on going. Keeps on going and going and going in regards to censorship, and becomes less and less extreme in their argument for censorship. So they go from censoring things that talk about, pretty crazy topics like I used to talk about, to now censoring videos because they talk about a movie. You see where it is? First they take away your newspaper and they say you're not allowed to read it. Next thing, you're not allowed to say it. Okay, and that's exactly what you see happen. People arrested for what they say now, and now people being censored for what opinion they have on a movie. There is a consciousness there's a consciousness change here, from what you think to what you say, and it just keeps on going and keeps on going. So instead of an alternative opinion, like my video, let's say on the Vatican or something like that, okay, and they say that's outrageous, it's not true, or whatever the case is, now it's you're not allowed to have an opinion about a movie. YouTube fought Brie Larson trolls. Look at the way they talk about people. Okay, are these trolls that have an opinion? Maybe some of them are. What difference does it make even if they are a troll? They should be able to say whatever they like. YouTube fought Brie Larson trolls by changing its search algorithm. So what they did here, let's just move this out of the way, is they basically recategorized the term Brie Larson as a newsworthy term. So now, because it's a newsworthy term according to YouTube now, YouTube will point the people searching for this term to mainstream sources. They ushered this in back in 2017. I did videos on it. Okay, so what happens is it just goes to Entertainment Tonight, ABC, CBS, CNN. So they've taken, might have to pause it because I have to clear my throat here. They took the U out of YouTube. It's basically just a mainstream, a mainstream TV outlet now, a broadcaster. It doesn't really have the U in it anymore. They've got rid of that. But think about the thought experiment. Like how it goes from extreme examples, okay, or crazy examples that people think were made of tinfoil, then it literally comes down to people not having an opinion on a movie. Just like it comes down to your behavior, they censor, books, newspapers, all types of things. Then down the line, you're not even allowed to say anything anymore. Like the lady who was arrested for misgendering someone on Twitter in the UK. She spent time in jail, 7 hours. I keep on referring to that because of how outrageous it is. Well, you're not allowed to tell jokes anymore, like Count Dankula, who had his whole channel on YouTube demonetized, probably because he's too funny. Anyway, so this algorithmic news tool was first rolled out in 2017 following mass criticism of how YouTube searches favored conspiracy videos over actual news. Because we all know the actual news in regards to the Covington event with those kids or Jesse Smollett is always real. Okay, it's always the best reliable news source. They never make stuff up. What about the CNN video where they're interviewing Venezuela defectors in the wrong uniform? But isn't it a strange world we live in? This is how the seeds of a dystopia are sowed, by the way, and now you're seeing it really becoming more extreme. Not only this, but the publications that talk about this. Okay, this is just a movie at the end of the day, but it is a very important example. Okay, it's a very important example of what's happening in the environment. But whether the movie fails or doesn't, I mean, it'll be a loss of economics, right? It means if they lose money, then they're not going to perpetrate whatever scenario again. But at the end of the day, it's really elections that they'll focus this on. You know, elections in the UK, elections in the United States, okay, elections in Australia and New Zealand, Canada, etc., anywhere. If you're powerful enough, they will change the search results for you to favor you. And that's what you're seeing with Brie Larson, because it's Disney and has a lot of money. So they change the search results. Not only that, but as I did a video on yesterday, here we are over at Steemit, Rotten Tomato deletes 40,000 negative user reviews. Rotten Tomato was in the tank as well. They didn't delete their critic reviews, they deleted the audience score because they don't care about the people, just the same way that YouTube doesn't care about YouTube. Ebon Kim here posting some examples of this as well. Odd, I see a user rating of 71,000, stating that they actually updated it at midnight. But they've done other things as well. I could comment on it, but I've commented on how they use bots before. What they did, subsequently people found, is they were using these repetitions of, basically cut and paste pieces of text saying, I'll keep it very simple. You know, Captain Marvel is a wonderful movie. And a lot of these different accounts on the mobile version, you have to go to the mobile version of it apparently, were repeating the same amount of text. So after they deleted the 40,000 negative reviews, they pumped it full of these bot attacks in order to bring up the score. It was 31%, now it's brought up to 51%. They've been able to get it over 51% because there's a pushback, I guess, in the people that don't like the movie. So here you can see the ranking systems. This was the initial ranking systems. Okay, they're boycotting it. They didn't like it. Boycotts, by the way, are illegal in most places now because they don't like the idea. I'm not saying people, it's not like I'm pro boycott or against boycott. Boycotts, in my opinion, are an expression of free speech in your purchase power. So they fall under the domain of if you decide to boycott something, they should be allowed. But boycotting is actually illegal, in a lot of different places. For instance, here in New Zealand, 2 people were actually sued by Israel because they sent a letter to Lord telling her to boycott her performance in Israel. They were sued. Okay, I don't think they'll win the case, I don't think they have won the case. But see how boycotts are in that sense. If you boycott something, they want to make it illegal. They have made it illegal. I think a lot of certain countries have signed up to that. Very strange double standard, if you ask me. Boycotts are not illegal in New Zealand, though. See, here is the changes now, as you can see here on YouTube, which state Brie Larson answers the world's most searched questions. Wired, Variety, USA Today, ABC News, all praising Brie Larson or doing what they call fluff pieces on Brie Larson. And that's the world. Okay, so the question is, if they do it for like a movie, what do you think they're doing for an election? Okay, when there's defense contracts on the line. Okay, when there's oil futures on the line. Of course, if they're doing it for for a movie from Disney, then of course they will do it for an election. Get ready, because they've deleted, if you're a Donald Trump supporter, whether you like Donald Trump or not, it's your own business. But if you are a Donald Trump supporter in the United States, and I've got a few friends that are, then know one thing, that it's going to be all on, okay? They've already deleted all the complementary assets of Donald Trump, your Alex Joneses, whoever were the most dominant assets in terms of reiterating Trump's points of view. They've tried to get rid of independent media in general. Okay, Facebook moves its algorithms to get rid of conservatives the same way as YouTube does and Google. There's all a reason for it. There is all a strategy for it. Happening straight after 2016, they start going full out. That was because the election loss. Okay, and then coming out at just before the coming out subsequently and a push towards the 2020 election, and that's what you'll see. Look at this. Okay, isn't that sad? Starts off with them saying they're going to censor things for your own good. You're not allowed to make videos with alternative theories to history. Then they say you're not allowed to make videos that have alternative perspectives to movies. In the meantime, go and do your own research and decide for yourselves. As Ed from the Light channel and the dailyrabbithole.com. Stay safe, and I'll see you all later.